So today basically we will discuss the configuration part of VPN because we have completed the theoretical part yesterday. Okay, I'll put that upload of these videos okay today. So maybe you guys get tomorrow. Actually I forget in today in the morning time here in India. Okay, so so the thing is we will discuss that VPN, right? So that configuration. So you know that in VPN we have a two phase, right? Phase one, phase two. Okay. So I will include these things like when I'll configure the VPN on these both ASAs. Okay. How we are going to configure, how we are going to configure the ACL for these subnets. Okay. First of all, let me configure the IP address and all in my ASA firewall. This is my head office firewall. So interface giga 0 plus 0. What's that? IP address 192.168.1.250. 255.255.255.0. Name it outside security level 0. After I'll configure my inside interface. IP address is 10.1.1.250.255.255.255.0. Now let me also configure my DMZ interface. We'll start. Name DMZ. Security level is 50. And IP address is 10.2.2.255.255.255.255.0. I also need to configure default route to bus the ISP router, this router. So route outside 00 192.168.1.1. This is the IP address on this interface. So this is the next hop for this particular ASA. Let me save my config. So interface IP brief. So I am having these interfaces here. Okay. So let me run that node also here. Node down. So interface IP brief. So my all interface in up state. Okay. So right, I am having one default route which is pointing towards the ISP router. Okay. You also need to configure the PAT, right? Because you got that kind of configuration in actual environment. Okay. So because when we configure that VPN, that time we also need to write one rule, one net rule for exempt that traffic. I will tell you what is exempt. Okay, just remember we need to exempt that particular traffic. Object netbar at subnet 00 net inside to outside dynamic interface. Okay. So now we are done with the basic configuration in this ASA. Now let me start the configuration on the other ASA firewall. interface. So the thing is, this ASA having in outside interface is 192.162.0. This is a 1.0 network. Okay. Giga 0/0. No set IP address, which is 192.168.2.250. 255.255.255.0. Name which is outside. Security level is 0. Let me take another interface. This is inside interface. So name map is inside. Security level is 100. No shutdown, and IP address which is 20.1.1.250. 255.255.255.0. I also configure here route. Okay, route outside 0, that same default of 192.168.2.1. Let me also configure the path here. Object network path subnet 00 net inside 2 outside dynamic interface. Let me save my config. Now let me also configure my internet router. So in internet router, I'll only configure few things. IP address on both interfaces. Okay. So like in F0/0, I need to configure the 192.168.1.1 and F0/1. This is 0/0, which is having IP address 192.168.1.1, and this is having 2.1. Okay. Interface F0/0. Shutdown. IP address 192.168.1.1, 255.255.255.0. Interface F0/1. Not set. It is having 2.1.
Hello.
Yep. Yeah.
Could you please explain me on this 192.168.1.1? Why did you write that?
Because this interface having this IP address here.
So where is that interface? Interface 0, 1 and 0.
This is a
Between
0/0 and this is a 0/1. This interface connected with head office ASA and this interface connected with branch office ASA.
Okay. Then what is the F00?
It's a like fast Ethernet interface.
So it is connected to the internet?
Sorry?
Is it connected to the internet or what?
Not actual internet, it's a router, okay? I have just changed the image of this router. It's like similar to this, but I'll just make it that image as a cloud, okay? So yeah, the thing is, it's ISP, okay?
Okay. So we have to write separately, right? One F00 on 192.168.0, F01 is on to the other side, right? BO.
Yeah, you can find it here. Okay. This interface, this is connected with this ASA, so having this IP 1.1, because I have configured in ASA that head office is which is the IP, this is 250. Okay, I am able to ping. Let me also ping the branch office firewall.
No, we can't ping.
Yeah, I am also able to ping. Okay, so I have reachability. Okay, let me also create one loopback here on ISP router. Interface loopback 0, IP address 8.8.8.8, 255.255.255.0. Line VTY 024. I'm just going to enable the telnet services. Password is Cisco. Login.
Local.
No, I don't use local. Do you know why we use local and all? Are you aware of these things? Why we use local and all?
Local
Hmm?
means
See, the thing is,
I know that line VTY is for people can 5 people can log in at a time.
why 5 people can log in?
Is that line VTY 04 means is that why we use that line VTY 04 is that for people can log in at 5 times at a time. Only 5 people can log in.
Why? Why 5 people only?
So we can put 0 to 15 also line VTY
Yeah.
0 to 15.
Yeah, if we put here 15, then 16 user can log in, okay? Because we have
Mm.
only put here 0 to 4 means there is a 5 line only, okay? If
Mm.
I add here, I am using here login only. If I use login local, okay, what happens in that case? We need to put the username and password, okay?
Okay.
So let me show you here. So let me just start this inside host. So for that, actually, we also need to configure that local database. Local database means we need to configure that username and password in local database of that particular router.
So if we use the login local, so we have to put the username and password.
Yes, I'm just going to show you that practical. Okay, let me just configure my inside host and 1.1.250.255.255.255.0 IP route 0.0.0.0.0.0 10.1.1.250. And well, next to what I have configured here. Okay, sorry, actually I configured wrong IP. Interface F0/0. I need to configure 100 because I have configured 250 on firewall. Okay, exit out from here. Let me now configure my default route. Done. Okay, so if I'll going to telnet my outside user, so it is directly asking for me that password. Okay, I have just done the password. It is not asking the username and all. Okay. Oh God. So if I'll change here, okay, if I'll go to in this ISP inside line VTY 0 to 4 login local. I also need to configure username and password there. Okay, username admin, password is Cisco. So let me configure with the privilege. Okay, privilege 15, password is Cisco. Done.
Sir, I have a question.
Mhm.
So, what I did when I first logged into Switch, I just created a host name something and a username and
Mhm.
enable secret password. Then I did a write memory. Then I came out of the Switch and I got a password. I mean, my password is not working. I'm not able to see. So then I did a password recovery. So without line VTY 04, it doesn't work, right? If we do that commands.
It depends. Like if you configure that password on console, there is a lots of line. Like we have a line VTY, we have a console line as well. Okay, so if we configure that password and all in console, that time we can't do the console and all. Okay, if we have the telnet or SSH enabled, because the telnet and SSH uses the line VTY in case of these router and switches only. Okay, because that concept is not available in the firewall. In ASA, we don't have
Right.
inline VTI and all.
Mm-hmm.
Let me now telnet it again. Now, right now it is asking for username. Okay. So now you got the, like, you know the what is the difference between local if we use the local keyword and if we use the login only. Okay. So just back to our topic. So the thing is, I have configured these things. That is the main thing. Now let me start the VPN configuration. Okay. So as yesterday I have told you guys, in phase one we have a we need to define the phase one policies. Okay. In phase one we have a policy thing. This is also known as a haggle, right? Haggle means hashing algorithm, authentication, group, lifetime, and encryption algos. Okay. So first thing in VPN, we always configure this thing only. Okay. So that is the like we use this crypto ISACAM policy. It has become little bit slow. Okay. So what happens? Crypto Ike. It's not like this. IKE. Here we need to define it. As I told you, like we have a two version, I version 1 and I version 2. So we will see how we are going to configure I version 1. Okay. After we just give the policy here. Okay. So we can use the any name like, okay. So any number which is belongs to between 1 to 65535. So I'll use this 10 usually. Here you have 5 things. You need to define the authentication, this thing, encryption, group, hashing, and lifetime. Okay. So authentication is what kind of authentication you want? Preset key or RSA signature. RSA signature means we are using the any kind of PKI infrastructure like certificate and all. So we will see the pre-share only in our case. Okay, pre-share. After that, I'll just define my encryption. I have this kind of encryption like 3 dash AES, AES 192, AES 256, and dash. So I'll use 3 dash. Okay, you have to choose only one. After you also need to define hash. Here you have a MD5 or SA. In MD5 SA. In some other versions, maybe you got like SA1, SA128, SA256. This one also available. Okay. I'll use this SA1 only. Now I'll define the lifetime. If you don't define lifetime, it will take 24 hours by default. So let me define this time 86400. Usually I'll define one day only, 24 hours. That's it. After that I need to define the group. Here we have these groups 1, 2, 5, and 7. Maybe in some other versions or some other firewalls, you also got like 14, 19, 20, 17. These ones also available. Okay. But these are the most secure versions, because the thing is F5 also come with elliptic curves. Okay, elliptical algorithms. So the thing is the latest one, which is like 17, 19. These are related to these things only, elliptic curves. Okay, so we always use 2. So run crypto I version 1. So the thing is I have configured these things. Okay, let me also create one more policies. 10. Here I use that encrypt, that authentication is same, authentic share only. In encryption I will change. I'll use here AES. Okay. In hashing I will use MD5. Depends. You can create as much combination you want. Okay. Like I'm here using group 5. Let me use the same lifetime. You can also change. Okay. So run crypto I version 1. Okay, actually I think I don't change this thing, right? That policy number we have, so that's why actually it takes it just override that config. Okay, so what I'll do, let me take this one, I'll give the number here 20 and let me copy the same thing. Okay, so if we want to create a new policies, we always change this number, otherwise it just override our settings, okay, with the previous one. Now I'm having two policy, I version 110 and I version which is related to 20. Okay, so what you do now, the best way to configure the VPN, you just copy these things, okay, and just put on notepad, because you also need to configure the same thing in other peer. So right, it's a step 1. Okay, now what we need to define, we need to define the access list. Okay, access list, I'll usually give this name VPN permit IP. Here we are using two networks, right? 10.1.1.0, 255, 255.0, and at other end I'm having 20.1.1.0. So I'll just put 20.1.1.0 and 255, 255, 255.0. Let me add one more entries here with the 2.0 network. Okay, so run access list. I'm having these two lines on ACL. Okay, so let me also copy this thing, which you have configured. You just copy paste somewhere else. Maybe this is step 2. Okay, it depends how you want to configure it. Step 03. In step 03, what we configure? We configure the phase 2 policies. Okay, because in phase 2 we also having the same thing. We need to define the encryption algorithm and hashing algorithm. Okay, crypto IPsec I version 1 transform set. I'll just give the name T set. Okay, here we have this kind of combination, because like in phase 2 we have two protocols, ESP and AH. Okay, so these are the like ESP. I am not having AH here, but maybe some old versions you can also see the AH, because AH is no longer people are using in case of VPNs. Okay, because everyone using ESP. ESP provides encryption and hashing both. AH provide only hashing. Okay, ESP. Let me use here 3 dash. ESP. Here I am using SAR HMAC. Okay. Then this is my phase 2 policy. I'll just copy this thing and paste it over here. Step 04. VPN is around 4 step process. Not 4, around 6 or 7. So we have configured this thing. Now I'll configure the tunnel group. Here we need to define the IP address of other peer. Okay, this peer. Because we are going to configure now the VPN on this. So we need to define the IP address of this peer outside interface, this interface IP. Okay. 192.168.2.250. Type. Here we need to select this one, IPsec L2L. Okay. Then after you just use the same thing here in IPsec attributes, just enter. Just press the question mark here. Here we need to define our preset key. IK version 1. You have a preset key option. Okay. Preset key. Preset. I am using here Cisco 123. Preset key must be same at both ends. Okay. So run tunnel group. You see that preset key is changed, right? So you have to remember the preset key. If you really want to see the preset key, let me run one command. More system running config include IK. If it were, yeah, we use this command to see the encrypted key. Okay. More system running config pipe include IK. Okay. I have copied this thing. Let me change the Cisco 123. I have defined this thing as well. So now in next step I will configure the crypto map. I'll give the name like IMAP. Okay. After that I need to define the number here. So like any number 10. So here I'll first use this match here. Okay. Match address. Here I need to define my ACL name now, which I have created, VPN. The same thing. In place of match, you use the set. Yeah. You need to define the other peer IP address. This guy IP address. Okay. 192.168.2.250. Now you need to call this one IK version 1 transform set tset. Okay. Now you just go to here interface. You need to enable this crypto map on outside interface. Crypto now you also need to enable the VPN crypto IP1 enable on outside. So run crypto map. So you also just copy these things. Okay. This is step 5. Here also you need to write this thing crypto IP1 enable on outside. You are done with the configuration of VPN in one router. Okay, so the thing is, these are your phase 1 policies. These all till here. Okay, this is your crypto ACL or traffic selector or identity. Okay, these are your phase 2 policies. This is your tunnel group, and this is the crypto map. Okay, so that what happens, which you have created here till step 4. Now you are just applying, you just segregating all these things at one place. Okay, So what happens now? Now you are also want to configure the same thing in other firewall. So what you do? So as I told you that ACL is just mirror image. Okay. So this is your ASA first ASA configuration. You just change this thing. Okay. Just put this 20 network here, after that this network. Okay. Same thing here.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Tell me, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah. Go on.
Could you please open a new notepad so that you can mail us so that we can have the reference of this notepad?
Okay. Cool. No problem.
Yeah, thank you. Because it is easy to remember and something.
Okay. Cool.
Thanks.
Man, you just practice. Okay. If you follow that commands, nothing you learn. Okay, so this is the first ASA config. So I'll just give the here ASA head office. Okay, now just copy these things. Okay, Sandeep, no problem. Okay, so this is a configuration for branch office. You have to put these things similar. Okay, you only need to change the ACL. So what you need to change, you just copy the first network. Okay, so now the source become 20.1.1.0 and this is a destination. Okay, this is you have to keep this similar. Okay, you only need to change the IP address here. You need to put the IP address of head office firewall. That preset key is same or at both end. You also need to define this IP address here. Rest thing must be same. Okay, just copy this thing. Just go to into the branch office firewall. Go to in config mode and paste it over there. You use this console and crypto to see your configuration is valid or not. Okay, so here you find your crypto map and that transform set details. Okay, you have these kind of configuration already. These are like some server and all. It is by default available in the ASA. Here you got your phase 1 and phase 2 policies. Okay, this command we use for enabling that thing. Now there is a one question. So right now what happened? We have configured here PAT, right? On this firewall, and we are also configured PAT here. Okay, so what happens when this guy, like this is a 10.1.1.100, try to send any traffic to us 20.1.1.100, means this guy. Okay, so this is a source IP, this is a destination IP. When this traffic reaches to your firewall, we have configured PAT, right? So what happens in that case? Basically this PAT overwrite our config, means he just translate this source into 192.168.1.250 and he just put some port. Okay, any port like 1, 2, 3, 4, anything. So the thing is to avoiding this kind of, because the thing is now source will change, but what we want like this communication between these guys and these guys as they are connected directly, right? Because everything between this is encrypted and there is a one tunnel. Okay, because when this traffic, let me also show you one more thing here. Let me create one exact packet. Let's suppose this guy sending some traffic towards this guy. Okay, so this is the packet format for this. Source is 10.1.1.100. This is the port number. Let's this guy doing the telnet on this thing. Okay, or maybe in this I'm running web service, so he is just trying to access this web page of this particular router. Okay, so what happened? He just sent this request towards 20.1.1.100 on port number 80, right? This is the actual packet. But what happens when this packet reaches to this firewall? Because here we have a VPN tunnel, right? And what happens? We also have here ACL, right? Crypto ACL. That ACL matches this traffic, right? You know, because in ACL we have defined this thing. This is this network as a source and this network as a destination. So what happens when that traffic matches with this ACL? That time our VPN tunnel is initiated. Okay, and also like that ACL basically now take this, due to this ACL match, basically our traffic, basically firewall take this traffic as a VPN traffic. So what he do, if that tunnel is open, so what he do, he just put one ESP header here, ESP header. Okay, after that he also add the new IP header, which is IP address of this guy outside enter, which is 192.168.1.250, and here he use 192.168.2.250 because we are using that VPN tunnel between these two guys, right? Okay, and what he do, here he added that ESP header. After what he do, he just encrypt this traffic. Okay, so we can't see this traffic. Maybe he just encrypted like this. Okay, so the thing is he is just going to add the ESP header and he add a new IP header on, this is a like source for this one and this is a destination for this one. Okay, remember this is a like actual encapsulation which is happening when ASA receives any kind of VPN traffic or the traffic which is going through that VPN tunnel. This is the actual encapsulation and this is the actual headers. Okay, so here basically in ESP, here he had a ESP header. After that we also have a ESP auth and ESP tailor. Okay, so I'm not going to in this what is the use of this thing, ESP header, ESP tailor and ESP. You just need to know the actual data encapsulated over ESP, and that ESP also add the new IP headers of private IP headers because it's the internet, right? On internet these are the like, sorry, these are like public IP address. So on internet these public IP address is routable. Okay, so when this header reaches to this guy, he do the decapsulation. He just remove this ESP header and he run the decryption on this. After that he get the actual header. Okay, so when he get the actual header, he just forward this traffic to this guy because in actual header he find out destination is a 20.1.1.100. Okay, any doubt on this? Anyone? Okay, cool. So what happens if we have PAT here? If we have PAT configured over there, which you find in every network, every ASA have a PAT configuration. Okay, so what happens if we have PAT here? When this guy start communicating to this host, ASA basically change this source into this IP address 192.168.1.250. So what happens? We need to bypass the net here. Okay, that bypassing of net is known as a net exempt. Remember this thing, net exempt. Okay, so we have configured the VPN. Now I am going to configure the net exempt on both the firewalls. Yes, I'll go into head office firewall. I'll create one object network. I'll just give the name inside. Okay, subnet, which is 10.1.1.0. This is a subnet which we are having in our inside network. Let me also create one more network for DMZ. Object network DMZ subnet, which is 10.2.2.0.255.255.255.0. Object group network. I'll just give the name to this guy like VPN. Okay. Not VPN. Let me give some name like object group network. After that, I'll give the name like HO VPN. Okay, it makes sense. It's a just name. After I'll define my networks. Okay, so I'll just use this given network object. I can call directly that networks like 10.1.1.0 255.255.255.0, or I can also use this one object here which I have created, so I can use that previous one. So let me go this way. It's like easier. So 2.2.0 and 255.255.255.0. Now object network VPN minus R means VPN for remote. Okay. Here I'll define my subnet which is 20.1.1.0 and 255.255.255.0. Now I will configure this rule net inside to outside. Okay. After I define source static, here I'll define my group here. Okay, what happens here? I am having this inside network and DMZ network, right? Two networks. So I'll need to open one net exempt rule for this network and one for this network. Okay, because for this network traffic coming from inside zone, and for this network traffic coming from DMZ network. So first I am writing the rule for DMZ, so for inside only. Okay, I'll just give the name inside. After that I'll call destination static VPN minus R. VPN minus R. I will tell you what is the meaning of these things. Okay. Now net DMZ to outside source static DMZ destination static VPN minus R and VPN minus R. So run net. I am having these two rules, right? So let me copy these two as well. This is a HO network. Net exempt. Net exempt, okay. Object network inside subnet 10.1.1.0. Let me copy the same thing here. B, control B. So this is a DMZ. to 2.2.0, and this is the VPN minus R, which is 20.1.1.0. Okay. So what is the meaning of this thing, right? Meaning of this net rule is, if anything, like anything coming from inside, okay, inside network means coming from this network, like if source is at this one 10.1.1.100, that source must translate it onto 10.1.1.100 only, means self translation. If in destination is this one 20.1.1.100, then that destination translate on the same destination only. Self translation. Okay. This one translate into this one, and this one translate into this one, means self translation happening. Same for DMZ. Okay. That is the meaning of net exact. Now let me copy the same thing here, and I will just go to another firewall. And here I am running two networks, right? VPN R1, VPN minus R2. Okay, I am just giving these names. This is my inside network for branch office. Okay, so net inside to outside. I'm not having any DMZ zone right here. Traffic going from inside to inside. Destination is static VPN R1, R1. Okay, and same thing. Let me also copy this rule because I need to write two net statement. Here I'll take R2 and R2. Then that is the net exempt configuration which we need for branch office firewall. Okay. Object network R1. Okay, sorry, maybe actually this is not a. I also need to define this one 255.255.255.0. The subnet mask. Control B. Control B. If I'll paste now, it definitely work. Right? Just taking now. So run net. So see, I am having PAT and I am also having these things. Okay, these two networks. Now we are done with our VPN configuration. So let me save these things. Desktop only. in ASA class. ASA VPN branch office. It's a head office. 255.255.255.0. When you configure that VPN, definitely you got the better idea. Okay, because when I was also learned the first time, I also like the same issues. ASA VPN, this is a head office configuration. Okay, so run crypto map. So run crypto isacamp as these are the command to see. So crypto or not run. I'll see. Okay. Now I'm also like doing that verification. So crypto isacamp as. So the thing is, when our VPN tunnel is up, that time we are able to see here assays. Right now there is no assay. Okay. So let me just initiate some traffic from my inside. Okay. So first what I'll do, let me also configure this router, because when I'll initiate the ping to this guy, then only we will be able to see the traffic is going. Okay. I also enable that capture and all, so we can also see the packet capture there. Then that 9 packet exchange and all. Enable host name, branch office, inside, interface of 0/0, no shutdown, IP at NHS, 20.1.1.100, 255.255.255.0, IP is out, 0.0.0.0.0, 10 dot, sorry, it's 20.1.1.250. Do ping, let me ping my gateway, which is the firewall IP address. So I am able to ping. Okay. So now let me initiate the VPN. So let me also enable the debug IP ICMP. So we are also able to see the packets here. And also let me also start the capture here. So see, I've already started this thing. So now let me initiate some traffic, because when we need to initiate a traffic, okay, then only VPN tunnel come up. So I'll just initiate from a ping 20.1.1.100 with a repeat count of 100. See, my ping is working, right? I am able to ping this guy. If you see, I am also getting the packets here. I am getting the packet from this guy only. This is a private IP address, right? So now that private communication is going on here. If you see the packets over there, which we have captured, you see, these are the like main mode. So these are the like 6 main mode packet. This is a phase 1. Okay. This is a quick mode, means this is a phase 2. After that, everything basically you are able to see this header, right? 192.161.250. This is the outer header which I have told you. Okay, in encryption. This is they are using ESP. Okay, if you see, you are not able to see because it's a encrypted data. You are not able to see anything here. Okay, so what? Let me open this packet. If you open this packet, so the thing is here you are able to get like this Cisco fragmentation, net traversal, and all these kind of information you are able to see here, right? In ASA message. So if you want to see they are using IPsec and all. This is the like policy and all. So what I'll do, let me close this guy. Just what I'll do, follow the UDP stream. Okay, it is TCP. Okay, not getting much information on this. So these are the like values which they have exchanged. They use a port number UDP 500 port numbers. Okay, to communicate over ISACM. These are the like transform set. We are using this AES, right, algorithm. Length is this one. We are also having like hashing algorithm which is MD5. We are using pre-shared key method, right? Authentication, PSK means pre-shared key. This is a group description. This is a lifetime in seconds, right? So this message is not encrypted. This message number 1 and message number 1, 2, 3 until 4. These are the encrypted message. You can't see anything. Okay, you are not able to see anything in these messages because now encryption is happening. So that is the live way how we can configure the VPN. Just hold on guys for 1 minute. Someone is knocking my door. Okay, so guys, that is the live way how we can configure the recording. Okay, so so VPN is already configured there. What man? What information basically you want to see me on WhatsApp?
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
So,
you.
where did you see the traffic? So in 2 minutes back, you see the traffic, right?
Yeah, this is a traffic. So
So, what tool did you use to see the traffic?
this is we can use that Wireshark also to capture the traffic and all. This is the traffic, okay?
Is it a Wireshark where you're seeing that?
Yeah, it's a Wireshark.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if I'll now go into my firewall, if I run this command, so crypto ISACAM, here you have like IK1 assay. Okay, this is ISACAM assay. This is a phase 1 assay. Okay, so all when stage is active means everything is fine. This is the other peer IP address. So we are in branch of his firewall and he is forming that VPN tunnel between me with this peer. This is the IP address of my head of his firewall. You also need to see here some, so crypto IPsec assay. So these are the like phase 2 assays. Okay, which I have told you, like we have 2 assays in phase 2, one for encryption and other one for decryption. Okay, this is the ACL. Okay, so these are the actual information. If you are able to see, these are the like packet is encapsulated. Okay, packet is encrypted. Packet in digest means packet which we digest means hashed. Okay, so like these are the like verification. Packet is when we encapsulate any packet, we also need to decapsulate it, right? If we encrypt something, he is also like decrypting these packets. So let me also initiate some more traffic from inside here. Let me initiate the now 100 packets. Okay. So now that number become, when that complete, that number definitely become 199. Okay. So we can also use this short command. So crypto IPsec assay include in caps. Okay. Now you are able to see number become this one. So there is no drop with any of packets. Okay. So this is the like VPN configuration, how we can configure the VPN and all. These are the like methods for configuring this VPN. Okay. So guys, anyone have any doubt on that? I can explain you.